is recording. Let me see. The recording is actually recording one screen, but I'm casting another screen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch you to the screen which is recording. This one here. For some reason, Charles is always on my screen. Hi, Charles. But let's see. Can you guys now see my Visual Studio?
Yes.
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 Okay. Whoa, stop drawing. I can't work like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is the following. I would prefer something is not right. I'm trying to drag. Okay, good. Okay, so what we're doing now is I will reduce the size of the screen just because it's easier for me to work with. Okay, and then I'm trying to get rid of this window here. Okay. So what we expect, okay, so for example, if, let's say we have a list of allowed words, so say allowed positive words. And then we have an array called good words, let's say. Mega, super,
Happy.
Amazing, happy,
Excited.
excited, I don't know,
Glad.
etc., etc. So we have a list of that. Then we have another list of bad words. Be careful what you say, but allowed negative words. Sad.
Sick.
Horrible. Sick. I don't know. Angry.
Unhappy.
Unhappy. Okay, so these are all the words that we are sort of working with. Of course, there could be more, but let's just say we have a list. Okay. And then when I have the sentence here, mega, super, awesome, awesome should be here, and happy. All right, all these words are in here. I should get a score of 1, 2, 3, 4 positive words. All right, so when I say get sentiment score object, I expect to see here an object that has the score. So mega is not actually a word. Mega is just, it's not a positive word, it's just something. So I expect if I get a score on this object here, I expect it will pick up the words super, awesome, and happy. And then give the score of 3 because I found 3 positive words. That's what we expect to see. Now, we don't have this function yet. So I am just setting it up so that we can get expectations about how this code should look. So what you can do is get sentiment score, and then you say return, and then you return, and so const my result equals, this is cheating, don't do this at home. All right, and then we get this. Okay, so now when we execute this, I'm just going to switch my HTML to week 4, and then we run the live server, or I can actually do it like Braden did, run it on the terminal. So we say node week for JS. Okay, so I got myself the result. You can do the same with the browser, but this is the same as Braden was doing. Okay, so what's the problem here? What's the problem? I'm not finished yet, of course. Anyone? Anyone? Well, the problem is I cheated. I just gave you the answer that I wanted, and that's it. So how do I...
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Yeah, it's just, no matter what I say, I'm very sad. It will still return the same thing. Because I didn't change anything. So, what we really want is that this result is computed based on the string. Okay, so then basically what I want to do is I want to break the string down into its parts. So I say, okay, const words in string equals incoming string split and then based on that I want to count the words in it. So somebody can tell me what is the type of this words in string? This is not a trick question.
String.
Actually not.
So how do we figure out, so I think we'll know what type of variable words in string is if we know what split does. So what would we do to discover what split does?
Index of find the index.
No. How do you know that?
Google.
So this is a pretty simple one. It's not a trick question. So to figure out what split does, we look up the documentation.
For example,
Google.
this. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
So what does the split return? Let's find out. It says, first of all, it takes a separator. A separator is, you want to separate it by space. And then it returns, we will find out what it returns. It returns an array. How do we know that? Well, we will test it. You say, how are you doing today? And then it goes, how are you doing today? As an array. Okay. So we could do the same for our code here. We take the string called I am mega super awesome happy. I'll put it here. And it splits it into those individual words as an array. Now, if I do that here, I want to say, well, I don't know what happened, but we can also console log. And then let's find out what it says in the console log. It is actually, words in string equals, and then I will remove this log just for now. Okay, here it is. It split my string up into this array. So we get an array back, And now I want to analyze if this array has good words or bad words. Okay, so how do we do that? Anybody wanna, what do we start with? We have an array now. What do we want to do with it?
For loop.
Exactly, for loop. So we say for let I equal 0 or words I less than what?
Words dot length. No.
Okay.
And then, of course, this. Then we do the following. We say, well, we take the word at this index. How does that sound or look?
My word is equal to word in string of I. No.
Exactly that. And then, if it's a good word or if it's a bad word, how do we do this? We say, yeah, how do we know if this word is good or bad? You see, you have these variables here. Good and bad words. Positive, negative words.
We compare with it.
Almost. What do you do? How do you figure out if the word, my word, is in there?
Here, can we use includes?
Exactly, this includes. So I say if allowed positive words includes what?
Words in string of I. No, oh my word. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Then we do what?
Score. No. Score should increment or?
Correct, score increments. Actually, what we forgot is we forgot to create this object. So what we want is create an object called result, and that's an object. And then here you will have a score on the result. You say the result dot score
Plus. No.
true. This is correct. But what we're missing is the score doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
So we want to do a initialization here. Score 0, and then you say positive word. What? We are initializing here.
I didn't see it.
Anyone?
Just quotes, single in quotes or?
No, it's not a string, it's
Just
an array.
Array.
Yes, complete the array.
Yeah.
This. And then we have negative words array, also empty. Okay. Now we have something to work with. We have this result, we have positive words, we have negative words. So if we found the positive words, we increment the score, and we do what? With the positive and negative
Positive words dot push.
Yes, exactly. What do we push?
The words in string.
All right. So here we are. Is better. Now the next step is what? We have another situation. What do we do here? If it's a negative word.
Else.
Else.
If
Else result dot negative words dot push.
No, we have 3 cases. Oh, sorry, no, it's two cases, right? No, we have 3 situations. We have a word is positive, we have the word is negative, and we have a word which is not on any of the lists.
yeah.
So, what do we do here? This is why we don't do just else here. This is why we do else if. Let me just show you a bit more of the screen, yeah? We have negative words here.
Allowed negative words.
Negative.
Now we'll evaluate the negative words. Allowed negative words dot include.
Exactly. Includes my word. And then we do this. what do we do?
Result is scored minus minus. Result dot scored minus minus.
Yes.
Result of negative words.
And then what do? We have else.
Else.
Well, actually, we do nothing here.
Nothing.
We do nothing here because, I mean, we can just console log like nothing happened. So it's not a bad word or a good word. Or, for example, we could play it like if you had neutral words, and then you could do something here with neutral words. You say neutral words, push my word. But right now, we don't want to do that. But you understand, like, it could be a situation where you want that. So we just say do nothing here. So finally, what are we returning?
Why we have console log? Else.
Honestly, you could, this is just for us, right? This is just for us to say nothing happened, but in reality, you don't do anything at all. This is what you want.
Maybe we should just delete the else clause altogether, because we spoke so much about that.
But I don't want people to forget that there's like something that might happen that you need to handle here. At the moment, there's nothing. So okay, just to remove the confusion, this code also works.
I have a question. Just like if we can we just give else and nothing inside that? Is that okay? Is that allowed or is that illegal?
It's allowed. It does nothing, so it's allowed.
Thank you.
I think most people would expect that if you've got nothing to include in the else clause, you would just omit it altogether.
Okay, fair enough. My usual practice is to do some error message in that place. But it's either way, that's not the point of the exercise. So my question now is, okay, so we have gone through the words in the place. So what do we want to return out of this sentiment score?
I think.
I didn't hear that.
We should return a result, object, result.
Yeah, correct. This is what we're waiting for. Result is already accumulating the score, counting positive and negative words. So instead of my result, this was just cheating. I just remove it and I return result. Okay, so hopefully now that we work through this, we will get at least the result we want from this sentiment score object. So what do we expect? We expect I have left this console log here, which we don't need anymore, and I remove this console log here, which we can use now. So let's save that and find out what the result is. Hey, perfect. So we got the score of 3 positive words, negative words is 0 or empty, and then yeah. So let's see what happens if I am if I am very sad. What was the other word that we're using? Sad and angry. What do we get out of that? If I'm very sad and angry, what would be the score? -2. And it will have no positive words and it will have 2 negative words. So let's find out if that's the case. -2. Positive words is empty. 2.
Because we have scored minus minus.
Yeah, so we did that already here. we have my result score minus minus. Now, if we have I am happy and very sad, this is a very weird sentence to say, but what do we expect to happen here?
I think it's not defined, but I'm not sure.
Score will be 1.
Will be 1.
And there'll be 1 positive word and 2 negative words.
So what is, one more time, what do you think the result is going to be?
The score will the score should be 1.
That is incorrect.
I think score will be 3.
I think
the score negative 1
defined, but I'm not sure.
I will, well, okay, there actually, everybody seems to disagree, so let's find out what it actually is. I hope if my code is right, I predict it's going to be minus 1. Oh,
yes, minus 1.
I didn't save it, sorry, I didn't save it, this doesn't count. So, save, and then we try again. Minus 1. So the reason it's minus 1 is because you have 1 positive word and then minus 2 negative words. So you see, in this place here, if we found 1 positive word, it's going to be plus 1, minus 1, and then 0, and then it's minus 1 again. And you got minus 1 here. And what else? Well, and it's just add the word, I don't know. But you got the picture, right? So that's not the point of what sentence we use. But the biggest lessons here are, you first of all create the result object before we go and return it from the function. So it should have the format that you expect. Then we do the string split. So we find all the strings. And then one by one, inside the loop, we check if it's included in positive words. Then we increment and push. And if it's included in the negative words, then it checks if we include it, then it's decremented and pushed to the negative words array. And what we can do, just for fun, is experiment what I was showing. Let's say we have a new thing that we care about neutral words as well. And then those are the words that we don't really know if they're good or bad. Say, what happens to the score here?
Nothing.
Nothing. But what happens to the neutral words?
We will have more words than other words.
Exactly. So then, if we have this here, it will be the same as before, but all the extra words will come into the the neutral words array.
Of course.
I am and very and. These words are not really in the positive or the negative list. And so that's kind of basically the point of this exercise. How's it going, guys?